Once upon a time, in a cozy little village, there was a happy farm filled with all kinds of animals. This farm had cows, chickens, sheep, and even a donkey. But the most curious and playful animal on the farm was a little cat named Mimi. Mimi was small, with soft grey fur, big green eyes, and a playful spirit. She loved exploring every corner of the farm and making friends with all the animals. One sunny morning, Mimi woke up to the sound of the rooster crowing loudly. "Cock-a-doodle-doo," called the rooster, as the sun rose over the fields. Mimi stretched and yawned, ready for another day of adventure. As she stepped outside the barn, Mimi spotted the chicken scratching around in the dirt. She trotted over and greeted her friend, Clara the chicken. "Good morning, Clara," said Mimi cheerfully. "What are you up to?" Clara clucked and replied, "I'm looking for some tasty worms for breakfast. Want to help me?" Mimi giggled and shook her head. "Oh no, worms aren't for me. But I'd love to keep you company." While Mimi watched Clara, she suddenly saw a group of tiny chicks peeking out from under Clara's wings. They were yellow and fluffy, and they chirped with excitement when they saw Mimi. "Who are these little ones?" Mimi asked with a sparkle in her eyes. "These are my babies," said Clara proudly. "They're exploring the farm for the first time today." Mimi smiled and gently played with the little chicks, who chirped happily as they tried to catch her swishing tail. They chased Mimi around until they grew tired and nestled back under Clara's warm wings. After saying goodbye to Clara and her chicks, Mimi continued her walk around the farm. She next spotted Daisy the cow, munching on some fresh green grass. "Good morning, Daisy," called Mimi, prancing over to the cow. "Good morning, little Mimi," replied Daisy with a slow, gentle voice. "How is my favorite little cat today?" "I'm wonderful," said Mimi. "What are you doing?" Daisy explained, "I'm having breakfast. The grass is so fresh and tasty this morning." Mimi took a sniff, but the smell of grass didn't seem as nice to her as it did to Daisy. "I think I'll stick to my milk," Mimi laughed, making Daisy chuckle too. After spending some time with Daisy, Mimi wandered over to the stable, where Benny the donkey was resting in the shade. "Hello, Benny." Mimi greeted him with a little nudge. Benny opened one eye and gave Mimi a lazy smile. "Hello, Mimi. Off on another adventure, are you?" Mimi nodded. "Yes, there's always something fun to do on the farm." Benny chuckled. "Well, you're welcome to keep me company. I'm not going anywhere soon." So Mimi curled up next to Benny, who shared stories of when he was young and used to pull carts full of vegetables for the farmer. Mimi listened intently, fascinated by all the tales of Benny's younger days. After some time, Mimi felt her tummy rumble. It was time for lunch. She trotted back to the barn where the farmer's wife always left a little bowl of milk for her. She lapped up her milk happily, feeling refreshed and ready to continue exploring. In the afternoon, Mimi decided to visit the pond, where the ducks were splashing and quacking happily. As she approached, the ducks stopped to say hello. "Quack, quack." "Hello, Mimi," said Danny the duck. "Would you like to join us for a swim?" Mimi laughed. "Oh no, I don't like getting wet. But I'll watch from the shore." The ducks dove and splashed, showing off their tricks for Mimi, who clapped her paws in delight. She even cheered when Danny did a big jump, creating a splash that soaked everyone, except Mimi, who quickly jumped out of the way. As the sun began to set, Mimi felt happy but tired. She had visited all her friends, played